What's the thing that America should learn from Europe? What's the thing that Europe should learn from America?
Hmm. I think the Americans. That's a good question. Um, the Americans
I
could
left it for the
learn.
end.
Yeah, yeah. uh, the Americans could definitely learn some respect for the past.
Hmm.
I think that in Europe, we were talking about France earlier and how they have this mastery of irony. It's partly because of their love of literature, their love of movies, their love of the arts. Any French person, if they're masterfully educated or just an ordinary person, is going to have some connection with the arts and good literature. It's just a living part of their culture. And you don't have that same level maybe in other European cultures, but more so in America. And I think that we could all learn from the French to look at the past and look at great works and learn from them. I think the Americans could teach Europeans to be a bit more optimistic and ambitious.
Hmm.
I think that Europeans can be a little bit pessimistic, like, why am I going to even try to do that? I'm going to have to deal with this asshole and this government official, and it's just not even worth it. Whereas in America, they're probably going to grind their way through all those obstacles, and a special kind of European person does, but we need more of them. And if we took that one lesson from America, Europe could be a lot stronger and a lot more ambitious and a lot more
Yeah,
competitive in the world stage.
yeah, 100%. I think the best thing about America, at least from my perspective, is you guys are very much action orientated, and Europe lacks that. Europe
Yes.
really it's behind when it comes to being hands-on and approach things and trying to figure it out what can be done. And the only way to have an understanding is to being on the field and trying to measure by being involved. There's no way around. You can read all the books, you can watch all the podcasts, but the way to understand what is it about is to experience, to be exposed. And I think the Americans don't tend to fear that, and that's what I really admire. The other one, which I heard about it, but I'm not fully sure. It might be true, and I would like to get your comments as we finish.
Mhm.
Like, uh, I heard that like we Europeans are known also to be very envy. Let's say we are talking to someone who is super successful, and we would like to thrive in that field. So we are going to say, yeah, we're going to find excuses. Yeah, he managed because he is friends with X and he got that
Mm.
much of cash. It's not about his skills or ability. So we will try to so we'll try to portray that it's not exactly his merit. He was just lucky, or he knew the right people. Otherwise, he wouldn't be where he
Mm.
is. Whether in America is different. People are gonna ask the person who is successful, how did he do it? If there's something that they can be part of, if there is some lesson they can share, and is that an honest feeling and approach,
Mm.
or not, in your view?
I think, unfortunately, Americans have become more like Europeans in that regard in recent years. I think the opportunities globally have been short. I mean, I've been in a very big rut with a job hunt in recent, last 2 years. It's been really hard to find stable work. I'm doing a lot of freelancing. I got laid off from my tech job. I fortunately got a nice severance so I could start some projects and keep my ship afloat. But I mean, it's a tough market out there, and it really is who you know. Unfortunately, nowadays in this current moment, maybe there was a lot more opportunity 20, 30, 40 years ago. But I think people are unfortunately right to feel that way to an extent. Because sure, if you know the right people, doesn't mean you don't have the merit, doesn't mean you're not smart, but it does mean that there's a lot of other people who did work hard who aren't finding the opportunities that they were promised because this economy we're in is shit. And I think that since 2008, we've been really just putting band-aids on it, or just giving it like a stimulus injection, like a video game, like right to the heart.
Yeah.
Get going for a few years, and then it slips again. And this is what I was talking about, relocalization. I think for people to get that sense of dignity back that we need, because we need to work as human beings, we need to be part of our society, contribute to it. We need to feel good about ourselves, that we're generating something. We need to feel part of something. I think that's something we need to work on individually as countries, and start to kind of dial back this push towards infinite growth, this push towards American capitalism. And maybe the Americans are realizing that, but none of us are ready to accept the difficulty of the hard work it will take to transition, because it's not going to happen overnight. But yeah, I'm pessimistic, honestly, Vitor. To leave on a negative note, I'm pessimistic. I think we're going to have a lot of bad economy moving in the future before things get better. I think we're going to have a big shock, and then we're going to come to bring things down to the level of the nation and try to fix things locally.
Yeah, Roberto is just saying here, thank you both for your insights and culture, and to share it with us. But we have to defend the West first. Just before we comment, I just want to say thank you, Roberto, for watching. I might have you here very soon to discuss your views on America and the world, and Brazil. And Brazil, he's a Brazilian man, and he has a lot to tell on that regard. Just one comment on what you said before we close. I think it's not out of nothing that you know the right people. Like, for you to be in the mix, there is already a merit. Okay. Some people are born in the right place, right time, and all that. I get it. But for the most part, to have a network, it's already a skill. No, it doesn't happen.
It is, yeah.
Just because it's your
It takes hard
attitude,
work.
it's your energy. Yes, it takes hard work.